Please try and come in front there. The speaker, the battery is low. So I've asked them to buy battery. So they come in front so that you can hear me. So we are going to be looking at global e-business and collaboration. So by the end of this session, we should be able to understand what we mean by business processes and how business processes are related to information systems. Yes. So lecture 2 is what we are doing now. I've uploaded it to a Google Classroom. And we are also going to look at how information systems serve the various different management groups in a business. Then we'll be looking at collaborative technologies and how they support businesses. Okay. So this picture you see here, I know by now you can quickly see that this picture is not a real picture. This is like it's generated by AI, but it's meant to depict something. A farm called Green Grove Farm. And the lady you see here is the Chief Information Officer who has been employed to bring innovation into the farm business, the Green Grove Farms. So just to physically through this picture, and you see that you have the lady with the laptop and the dashboard is looking at certain metrics and information from there. You can see drones flying all around. There are tractors and what have you. So let's look at into detail all the stuff that Sarah, who is our farm manager or the chief information officer, after she's been employed, what technologies, information systems did she introduce into the farm business, and how are they helping ensure sustainability in the farm business? First, we have IoT sensors, right? IoT sensors. Most of the drones that you see flying around in these images, they have what we call sensors, IoT sensors. IoT basically means Internet of, right? Internet of Things. Yes. So having different devices coming together, gathering information and sharing it among themselves. That's what we mean by Internet of Things, over the internet, right? So these IoT devices, they have sensors. The sensors go around, understand what is happening, the temperature in the farm, the soil moisture, and all those things, and transmit those data, right? So in the soil, there is a device there, right? Yes. In the tractors too, there's a device there. In the drones too, there are cameras. So if there's any issue with at a certain portion of the farm, those sensors will trigger information or will trigger a notice, right? That goes straight to the dashboard. So the farm manager or the chief information officer is able to understand everything that is going on in the farm. Drones, the drones have cameras with a full area immediately for what? Crop monitoring. So as the drone go around, instead of the chief information officer going around by herself, see what's happening, the other sends the drone, go around and give her the tips from where she is. Then predictive analytics meeting. All the data that is being captured by the sensors, the drones, and everything, all goes into an information system that is able to help her make analysis and also predict like weather, right? They're able to know, okay, there will be rain in this month, or there will be rain coming, and this is going to be the intensity of it. Then we decide what to do to ensure that we maximize the rain. Then supply chain management, the tractors, the harvesting, and all those things, all are being handled by the system. Then we have a kind of an interface that will be presented to her or her other managers, where she's able to see upcoming issues. The operational farmers, they're able to see the tasks that have been assigned to them in that order. So by this depiction, we're basically saying that an information system is designed to serve all the various levels in an organization or aid you operate efficiently. All your business processes, whether you're in farming or you're in the restaurant, pharmacy, whatever, you have a business process, how things are done. Information systems make serve all the various processes. And in a typical organization, we have the operational level, middle management, and then what? Senior management. So in a farm, like we look at, who are going to be the operational? The farm workers, right? Yes. So the farm workers, they can be having an app on their phone or a tablet. Once they get to farm, any task that has been assigned to them from the data that the top management, they'll see. And they say, okay, over here, I need to do this. And they move there and do whatever they're supposed to. Then we have the middle management, who are mainly what? Managers, right? The farm managers. So they will analyze trends from the system and also make planning decisions and also assign tasks to the operational staff, right? Then we also have senior management, who are mainly at the top. For them, they make decisions that have long-term impact. Right. Yes. So the kind of data they have, they don't look at data for day-to-day operations. They look at the data holistically. Data that will affect the entire farm and make decisions. So with all these systems put together, we said that an information system will help improve what? Performance. In the case of the farm, how is it going to help improve performance? One, it can help reduce what? Water wastage or the usage of water. It can help the farm manager optimize harvest times, minimize waste, and also it will enable collaboration between agronomists of the farm, supply chain managers, and the marketing team to help them to collaborate effectively. So you can imagine yourself as Sarah, who is the lady who just depicted. She's the chief information officer. What role typically is she play? One, aligning IT strategy with business goals. So once she was employed, the farm owners or the shareholders only told her, we want you to take decisions that will help us sustain the business, that will make the business grow. And she decided to introduce all these kind of information systems, trying to align the what? The IT strategy, that's whatever IT is implementing, and then the business goals. Two, ensuring that the system is secured and data is what? Kept private. Managing IT infrastructure and resources, and also facilitating digital innovation and transformation. So digital innovation basically means coming up with innovative tools, how you can use technology, right, into the business. Transformation is transforming the entire value chain with technology. All right. So now, looking at business process, what comes into your mind? A business process mainly looks at the flow of material information and knowledge among the organization. And it can also refer to related set of tasks that define how a certain business operation is being undertaken, right? Yes, so a business process mainly is how you conduct business at where you are or your organization. That's your business process. And we say that a business process can be functional or cross-functional. So let's look at why we say that it can be functional or cross-functional. And we also say the business process can also may be an asset to the business or a liability to the business. The way you conduct business in your organization, it can either be something working towards your growth as a business or working towards your regression as a business. Your processes, how you conduct business. Yes. Some companies, the bureaucracies of that customers have to follow to get things done. That one alone can, let me say, make it easier for their competitors to match their customers. Right? Yes. And for some businesses, the processes that they have alone can be a reason why customer wants to deal with them. So we say that what? It can be an asset for you, helping you grow, driving income, or it can also be like, right? Yeah. So if we are looking at functional business processes, we will be looking at them at their various functional units in business. We have manufacturing and production. If you are dealing in producing products, then you have a manufacturing unit function. You also have sales and marketing. They are mostly in charge of identifying customers and then trying to make sales to them. We also have finance and accounting. They are also helping you take good records of your finances, create your financial statements, reports, and what have you. Then your human resource function also. So, taking a quick look at this diagram, which basically is a process to order fulfillment. In a business, this is a certain business's process towards making an order or fulfilling an order. From this side, we have the various functional units, that sales area, the accounting area, the manufacturing and production area. At the sales area, their process is basically to generate an order for the client, maybe receive the order, generate an invoice, and then submit it to the people who will be taking the cash. They are done with their process. So that's their functional process, right? The sales. Yes. So you can see generate order, submit the order to account. So for accountants, they will be looking at what? Checking credits. Maybe trying to understand whether if this customer wants to buy on credit, they need to know whether their credit work or not, right? And whether they should approve to give this customer the items on credit or not. Then finally, also generate the invoice, internet everything report, whatever. Then this now manufacturing production, right? Manufacturing, they also put together the product and then ensure that it's being shipped to the customer. So if you are looking at this whole process holistically, right, then we say that it's a cross-functional process. Various functional units work together to achieve one process. But if you're also looking at them as individual functional state, then we say that's the functional process. So that's why we say that businesses can be seen as collection of business processes, and they will be type functional areas, or they can be what? Cross-functional. The message in the chat. So information technology can help improve your business process. This process that we just went through, we are saying that IT can help you improve this process by one, helping you increase efficiency of the existing process. So this whole processes that you have, you can increase efficiency by integrating information technology into that process, right? Yes. So if maybe your customers have to always call through phone to initiate an order, you can integrate or start with maybe a mobile app or a website that instead of calling, they wouldn't have to call, but they can just make an order directly to you. And it can also help, it can help enable you change your entire business model. Or you can come up with a new business model or improve your business model. So a business model basically is how you are conducting business or what products you are offering, how you are making money. If you are making money by selling phones, that's your business model. If you are making money by offering some service, maybe doing in-house training for other companies, that's your business model. So we are saying that integrating IT can even help you come up with new business models. Let's look at Netflix and Blockbuster. Those days, their business model was to have what you call it, CDs of movies in the catalog where you come and rent, go and watch and bring it back. Then at some point, they decided to say no, cloud computing and all those things, these technologies, internet is coming. Then they came up with a new business model to make money, which is what? They put all the videos in one place and you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you don't have access. So that's a new business model that has come up through integrating technology. We can see this even in our local context. Any example, local example from audience, any example of how a company introduced technology that led to integrating a new business model or improving their existing business model. Yeah. Mobile money. Yes, so how is that? Can you explain? Mm-hmm. Yes, so mobile money. MTN is a telecommunication company. But then at some point, due to technology, they decide to what? Switch into something called mobile money to help people, the unbanked, be able to bank, right? Yes, with the use of technology. And I think the mobile money, if you look at their record, that's what's making them more money even than the 444. So it's very clear. Okay. Now, information system, as we are saying, we have different types of information systems. And they are grouped based on the functional or the level that it is being used, the management level that is being used, or at the stage in your business that the information system is being used. So based on this, we say we have transaction processing systems, a type of information system that is designed to help operational managers, operational staff fulfill and record their daily routine transactions. So if we go to China Mall, the cashiers and then those working around, the kind of system they are using is what we call transaction processing system. Okay, because it helps them do their daily tasks. Like, sir, I beg you, the front desk, they're one of the guys who buy us back. So transaction processing system. So the component or the type of information system that is being used by the operational staff, yes, and their superiors is what we call the transaction processing system. So we also have systems for business intelligence. Systems that are designed specifically to provide some form of business intelligence to the operator. So with this one, usually top level management, those who are supposed to make decisions, they use this component of information system, right? Yes. So basically, there are systems or software tools that help you organize, analyze data, and it's used to help managers and make users make improved decisions. Then we also have management information systems itself, also a system used by top level managers, but it doesn't incorporate the intelligence components. It may be able to give reports, but a system that is designed to have or that is designed specifically for business intelligence is much focused than an MI. Right? Yes. They also have decision support systems too, and executive support systems. Let's look at them too. Yeah. So with MIS, its purpose is okay, help them get reports of how the bank is performing, right, based on data from the TPS. So the MIS basically will aggregate data from transaction processes, data on sales, data on event, and data on debts and all this stuff, right? And presents it to the MIs and managers are able to see. So if you go to China Mall, there are certain questions if you ask the operational staff, they will be able to tell you, even if they look at the system that they have. Right, yes, they won't be able to tell you. Maybe if you go and ask them how much profit they are making in a month, they can't tell you. Unless you go to the top, they will be able to log in and now do that kind of report. So you can see the variation levels. This diagram is MIS. MIS system taking data from transaction processes, data about orders, materials, or production data, accounting information, all brought down MIS. And then in the form of reports being shown to managers. So, okay. Okay, so decision support systems also is also a type of information system. It's also meant to help offset the middle management and help them make non-routine decisions. Non-routine decisions, decisions that are not routine in nature. Then we have executive support systems, systems that are used by senior management, helping them to also address non-routine decisions that need their judgment, evaluation, and insight. And this system incorporates information from MIS, PPS, PSS, all together, right? Yeah. So the higher you go, the different type of information systems that you need to have. So if you have different types of information systems for different level of managers, there may be some lapses, right? In the evolution of information systems, that was how things were going. You can find a company, accountants have a separate accounting system they are using, HR have separate HR information system they are using, in that order, marketing, different information systems. And so linkages becomes a problem, right? Yes, integration of data and what have you becomes a problem. So due to that, we have another type of information system that has evolved, which we call enterprise information system. So with enterprise information systems, there are systems that links all the functional areas together in one system. So we open the system and everybody is able to log in and do their part. Right? Yeah. So once you have a system that brings all the functional areas together, all the features in the organization, then you call that one an enterprise information system or an enterprise resource planning system. Yeah. Also called enterprise resource planning systems. So such a system is a system that is designed to bring together all the functional areas, functional components. It has TPS in it, it has MIS in it, it has BIS in it, it has HRS, it has CRM, it has knowledge management, KM, and name it, everything inside it, right? Yes. So an example is the UCM that we are using. As a student, your module is there. The HOD's module is there. The accounting module is there, right? And all the HR module is also there. Okay. HR module is also there. Are we following? So such a system is what we call an ERP. Yes. And it has a lot of features and advantages or benefits. One, allows you integrate data from key business processes into a single system. If your system, if you are not using an ERP, accountants have their system, human resource have their system. You realize that every now and then, when you go into a certain place, either they ask you for an information which you have already given to another department already, but they are still asking you. Why? Because they don't have, it's not integrated, or they don't have access to that system. We are seeing it even in our economy. Mm-hmm. A lot of places, you go here, they ask you your Ghana card information. You go to DLT, they ask you. Meanwhile, you have the Ghana card is supposed to be something that is every component of the government can take from. But why are they still taking those things? Bio data, date of birth, and all those things. Meanwhile, there's Ghana card you have already provided those because of that lack of linkage. It helps speed up communication of information throughout the firm. And also what? Enable greater flexibility in responding to customer requests. Yes. And there's a lot of accuracy in fulfillment of order. Um, okay, now we are good. All right. So as I was just saying, an ERP basically is a system or a type of information system that integrates all the functional components, right? Yes. So from supply chain, customer relationship, knowledge management, all these. So now, last week in our explanation of information systems, we there was a diagram in which we said, let me see the page. We said an information system serve various stakeholders. We have the external environment, the internal environment, where we have suppliers interacting with your system, customers interacting with your system, regulatory agencies, the tax compliance agencies, stockholders, competitors, having access to the system. It's in last week's slide, page 9, functions of an information system. So how is this made possible? It's made possible based on technologies that we have. And these technologies are grouped into two. We have intranet or extranet. Intranet. So based on what the company decides, if we want to have our system to be able to be accessed internally within our organization without any external party having access to it, then you go for internet technology, right? With that one, only you have private access only within the company's premises through maybe a local network or a wireless network. So once you leave the company in your house, you cannot use the system, right? Yes. Then we have the external technology. With that one, yes, even if you are outside the firm, you can still access it based on permission protocols. Mhm. Yes. Once you are authorized to access, you can access. So usually organizations that give access to their vendors or suppliers to be able to interact with their system, their customers, and what have you, usually will go for the external technology, right? With that one, even if you are far away, you can still access the system. So there are certain key terms we have to just look at quickly. E-business, e-commerce, e-government. So what's e-business? Using digital technology and internet to major business processes. E-commerce is a subset of e-business. And e-government is what? Yes, using internet technology to serve the citizens. Okay. Okay, so one key thing organizations need to adapt now is what? Collaboration, right? Yes. So what is collaboration? To collaborate will be what? Agreement between two people. Okay. Is collaboration only agreement? What else? Yes. Coming together to work together to achieve a common goal and agreeing to work together also. It's part of collaboration, yes. So in businesses, collaboration can be short-lived or long-term, and it can also be informal or formal means. So we can come together to collaborate for just a short purpose, maybe to achieve something, right? Once you achieve it, collaboration ends. Or it can be a long-term thing that you imbibe in the company, right? Collaboration on almost everything that you do. Then also be informal. People can collaborate in organizations, but collaborating on something that is not formal or is not documented. People can collaborate because or spread some information. The way they will do it, you know that it's really collaborative, right? Yes, but it's not formal. But it can also be formal. That is documented. You know, everybody knows it, and they are expecting you to come out with this result. So we say it can be short-lived or long-term. It can also be informal or formal. Now, why is collaboration important in organization? One, due to changing nature of work. So we all know that a lot of things are changing in the workplace, right? Yes, and that is pushing or creating a need for collaboration. Yes, then we have changing organization of the firm, changing scope of the firm, emphasis on innovation, changing quality of work. Even 2020 or 2019, COVID-19 came, and a lot of things changed about work. When they said we cannot go out, we should sit at home and just do nothing. But at some point, they realized, oh, no, if people are not working, a lot of things will happen. So they said, okay, you can stay in the house, but you can work virtually, right? So people started working online, going on Zoom, having meetings, and what have you. Yes. So that created a lot of need for collaboration. Now we have something called social business. Social business, basically using technological platforms that were meant for social purposes to conduct business. So today it's a very rampant thing we are seeing all around. Right? Yes, people use the WhatsApp that was developed for just reaching out to family and friends. It's now a business tool. Like, but that wasn't the original idea. Yes, when the founder of it created it, that wasn't the original idea. But now it has moved. Facebook, Facebook was not created for business, but now it's a business tool, right? Yes, and even we use it within our workplaces to even collaborate or do the organization's business. Yes, we have meetings on WhatsApp, right? Yes. So let's look at the benefits of collaboration and teamwork. Um, it helps improve productivity, um, resolve issues faster, and high quality resource, innovation. Through collaboration, several ideas comes up. Yes. In fact, I know of a company that um, got $1 billion idea just through a collaborative meeting. Yeah, you know, out of discussions in the meeting, the business idea just came immediately. And when they implemented it up to date, the organization is still making a lot of that idea. And that's even one of the main streams that is sustaining it. Yes. Okay, so customer service, yes. Complaints are handled more rapidly and then financial performance. So for collaboration, okay, let's look at the requirements. What must be put in place for collaboration to be effective or for collaboration to be possible in an organization? One, you should have the capability of collaboration in the organization. So under that we have open culture, centralized structure, and collaboration. Open culture. Your employees should also be open to that. Some people don't like to collaborate. It's not the case. Yes. Somebody can say, me, I don't function well. I function well when I'm playing a thing alone. What put me in group, I don't like it. So if there's that culture, if that culture is not there in the organization, it will be difficult to initiate it, right? Yes. Then the technology, we should be able to have the means, right? Either to acquire the technology you want to use for collaboration or the skill to be able to use that tool for collaboration. If we say we are going to use Zoom to have a meeting, and all of us, none of us knows how to use Zoom and how to we collaborate with it. That's not going to be possible, right? Yes. Okay, so the collaboration capability and the collaboration technology all comes to affect the collaboration quality. It tells whether you get good outcome from that collaboration or not. If you put together a team, no collaborative culture, lack of skills to use collaborative tools, at the end of the day, will you achieve what you want the team to achieve? No, or it will affect. You may achieve, but the output might be poor. And it can also influence team performance. So if the culture is good, technology good, quality of collaboration good, performance will be influenced positively or negatively. Positive. If bad, then performance negative. So once you are saying, oh, let's collaborate, at the end of the day, a lot of issues will come out. Staff, some might end up fighting, beating each other, and a whole lot, forming enemies, accusing each other. At the end of the day, customers are waiting to be served, and your employees are doing something else. So definitely, you are not going to get the outcome you deserve. So, how do you ensure you maintain a good collaborative culture? Yes.
And whether it has legal implications. Yes, you have
Yes.
Present default.
Yeah.
Does it have legal issue?
Okay. It can have based on the intensity of it. Right. Yes. So I took a course on collaboration, and one key thing they advise to do before you start collaboration, you need to have a working agreement. The working agreement will spell out the what you want to achieve, the timings you'll be meeting, what time, what you'll be doing, who is supposed to do A, who is supposed to do B. And when there are conflicts, how do they resolve? What are the ways to resolve? Who has the final say? Right? Yes. You can agree that okay, when there are conflicts, what if I say A and we can agree that okay, I will agree with you. The next time there's a conflict, the other person has the final say. You all agree that way. So when you follow that, you have a good. Or when there's, let's say, a loss in terms of what you are doing, that's one party will suffer. Then you can agree that okay, if that happens, what legal action should we take? Once that is a legal backing or legal action can be taken. Yes. So before you collaborate, don't just start collaborating. Document. You have a collaborative agreement. Document it down. Then you move. So if there are any issues, it becomes your reference point. All of us agree and sign before we started. Okay, so avoid command and control attitude or culture, right? If in your organization you don't value teamwork, right, and decisions only come from the top, no, no one from the down can bring any suggestion, then collaboration quality is going to be very poor in the organization. And we have organizations like that, whereby the low staff, they know that even if I say they won't work, it don't go anywhere. So you keep it to yourself. Similarly, if you bring it in collaboration or in a collaborative thing, you will say whatever they have to say, yes, which is bad, to not promote. So you have to take the habit that will support collaboration. One, senior managers rely on teams of employees. Let employees feel that um, their inputs are relied on for the success of whatever we want to do. Right? Yes. Policies, products, designs, processes, systems, all rely on the team. So let the team know that this thing you are working on, or this product you are working on, we rely on your output for the success of the firm and the success of all of us. So you see that everybody would come together and work to the success of it because they know that, oh, my bosses expect good output from me. Then they'll put in their best, right? Yes. So for me, I like things whereby, or I have experienced situations whereby you really go to a meeting and just wants you to really give an input that advise you. Not he that comes to say, do this, we are doing ABCD. So let's go. You will stop to say, okay, so what do you think of this? That's wrong. Okay, so now let's look at tools or technologies that aids collaboration in social business. We have instant messaging and emailing, wikis, virtual worlds, collaboration, virtual meeting systems, cloud collaboration systems, yeah, and enterprise social networking tools. So let's look at what they are. For email and instant messaging, we know what it is, right? Yes. Wikis. So wikis, um, have we heard of Wikipedia? So wikis are just like Wikipedia is let me say, an extract of wikis. Basically, where people come together, contribute to write something. So most of the times, whatever information you get from Wikipedia, if you go to check authorship, you may see two or three of the authors because do some. Yeah, so for collaboration to effectively happen, we have what we call the time-space matrix, right? Yes, the time-space matrix. So we're going to look at what. So let's look at it together. So the time-space matrix is a matrix with some options here and some options back there. So same time, different time, same place, different place. So before you start collaboration, you need to analyze where do we fall in this matrix. Do you fall within same time, same place, like we are doing now? If we want to collaborate on something, all of us can find ourselves at the same place at the same time, then we can do face-to-face interaction, right? If we find ourselves different place, same time, then we need to go for remote interaction, right? We are different places, like those who are online. Some are in Boga, some are in Wa, some are in Accra, different place, but same time. So we do remote, they join virtually, and then we those who are in the same place and time, face to face. And that's collaboration. At the end of the day, everybody learns. You are there, you learn. They are there, they also learn. Okay. Now, different time, different place, different time, different time. Oh, let's go see. Different time, same place. By saying this, it looks impossible for me, but it's possible. How can that be possible? Different time, right? Different times, but same place. Why? Explain how that fits in. Also writing. It's different. So the place is different. By the time it's the same. Okay, that's another system. So in that case, if you want to collaborate, how do we do it? Okay, who else has another explanation? Hmm? Let's see. Otherwise, I can't explain this one. I want the class to explain. So let's share ideas. The common ground. It's not far. The solution is near. Yes. USA, yes. 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 So that can also explain that. Same country, but some people's are in different time. Yes, I agree with this one. But there's another one, different solution. Yeah. Okay, different time, but same things. Okay, okay. Different things. Okay. I can agree with that one too. Any other? Okay, so let's also look at this. You and I, we work at the same place. Hmm? But you work and go maybe 8 to 12. And I come and do the same work, continue the same work 1 to 6. So we are working at the same place. By the time that I'm there, we are from there. So how can we collaborate? In that case, if you take the medical field, for example, the hospitals, I'll write down everything, every update that happened, what is supposed to be done next. So that when you come, you also take and you continue from there. So that is also another way or explanation of how you can decide on how to collaborate. So you can see team rooms, large public display, shift work, book work. So yes, you can also have different time, different place, different time, different place. That is also very important. Yeah. So I hope the matrix is explained properly. So everybody's understanding. Mm. Yeah, so finally, in an information systems department, we should have, or typical information system department should have who we call the chief information officer. So the earliest it means that information systems manager. So the chief information officer would work hand in hand with all these people to put together an effective information systems for the use of the organization. And we also have the concept we call IT governance, which represents strategies and policies for using IT in an organization. So, I guess in an organization, you have an IT governance policy or IT governance um, document that spells out how IT should be used in the organization, decision rights, accountability, who has access to what, and then who can do what, right? Yes. So, for example, if you have a system, you should be able to tell who can register a student, or who can withdraw a student. It shouldn't be, or who can upload a student. It shouldn't be something open for everybody. Otherwise, there will be serious havoc. So the IT governance policy determine all these things that are supposed to be done. Yeah. So any question at this stage? Online, if you have a question, you ask in the chat box.
This my question is that collaboration, collaboration organizations. Let's say first where one party can move to take the benefits and then
I think one that's okay. So if we decide that we are working on something and we achieve it, one person says he did everything, right? Yes, this one we have to look at moral ways to address that issue. That can also be in your collaborative agreement, right? Yes, that if we finish the work, no single person can claim that they did the whole thing. Mm, yes. Or if that is not also there, then maybe you have to find a way to address that. And then you counter the person. Yeah, it happens though, but I think morally you have some informal ways to address that. Yes. Anyone has a better way to address that. Is it the collaboration between the two groups? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so if you foresee that, you put it in your collaboration agreement or working agreement before it starts. Yeah. But if somebody also thinks that, oh, because we have it in our agreement that when we finish the work, it's collective work, and he decides not to participate because at the end of the day, there was no mention his name.
So I'm asking this question.
Before you come, there's something for you that in research, in the new continue.
I ask this question because if you look at the civil society space,
Yes.
where sometimes organizations for
Yes.
sometimes depending on the country, the contribution, where maybe the one with the highest contribution of resource are the main implementer of the activity.
Yeah.
And however, the others who may contribute either expertise or even technical knowledge,
Yes.
or participation, or even logistical support. And also be part of it. And the main implementer takes the credit.
Yeah.
So other organizations should contribute.
Yeah, so okay. Naturally, there are certain things that you do, and naturally one person has to take the credit. Or all the credit go to that person. Naturally. Yeah, it's for example, if we have a successful event, the credit will go to the top first. The dean. He has exhibited leadership and all. It's not only him that has naturally some person like that. Yeah.
If you look at the trend, the having the collaborations, we normally look at it like this consortium related issues. Then there's always a lead. So no matter how good the other party done the implementation, the leaders push it. And it's something that we all understand. I am within the space too. And sometimes we have issues in this person and you did the implementation with this organization A or B, and then it turns out that he tomorrow might be on there.
Okay. So somebody says he didn't understand the IT governance system online. So online, we are basically saying that a system that puts in place ensures that there's a strategy for how we use IT organization, right? So whatever software you are using, how is it supposed to be used? Who does what? Who has permission to do what or not in the system? Who is accountable? When they have the system, who is spelled out or part of the IT government? Yes. At this juncture, I think that we have come to the end of this session. And we will do